Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Pain. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top, baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. I've been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good, I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting, yeah. I can see the top, I wanna touch it, yeah. We been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, and shorty always get the fussy, yeah. Hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them, yeah. And I'm sliding, shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end, yeah. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end, I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe zooming, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about it, go to maybe doing, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side. I remember.
Ahoy!
What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? Welcome back to another episode of
Oh my God.
Tide Sports.
You didn't say Kraken.
He didn't.
Proud of you, Dylan.
And he's not wearing Kraken either.
I didn't.
Proud of you, Dylan. Welcome to another episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 31. We are brought to you by Six Pack Coverage. Happy to be brought to you by Six Pack Coverage. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com, where you can find all of our episodes, all of the merchandise that you see us wearing periodically on the podcast when the wash suffices. And you can get all of our podcast and much more. So check out sixpackcoverage.com or just check out the YouTube page, Six Pack Coverage, and hit the subscribe button. We got some stuff to get into today, boys. We got some UFC to get into. The playoffs don't stop, so we got to keep talking about them. And we also have some crazy shit going down in the MLB. We're going to waste no time. We'll get right into it, starting with UFC with Snoop Luke. Here we go.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking it fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
Hey. Well, we're going to start with the UFC 274 recap. Because we had some crazy shit happen. We had some boring shit happen. It's kind of all around. But to kick it off, well, we had some late news of Cowboy Cerrone and I forgot his last name.
Joe Lawson.
Yeah.
There you go.
That match got canceled. And the replacement match ended up being a pretty decent bout for a 3-round decision between Randy Brown and Kalen Williams,
Man.
with Randy taking the decision. But next up, we have Mauricio Rao and Ovin St. Preux, with Ovin taking the decision win over Rao. Like, I mean, I told you, Dylan, this man was going to fucking take this win.
Pretty boring fight.
Yeah, I will say that was kind of boring.
That's the one thing I would say. I mean, there was maybe 7 total strikes in the first 2 rounds. That kind of irritated me. But I will say, the
Crazy.
one thing is, every 1 strike that Shogun hit, St. Prix hit 2. So.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that's not even the most like boring fight of the night. It's not even the least strikes thrown in the first round of the night. But we're gonna get there after this next fight of Michael fucking Chandler absolutely punting Tony Ferguson head off his body.
We got this prediction right, didn't we? Did we say
yes,
decimation,
we did.
Decapitation?
I said in the first round, but this motherfucker waited till 17 seconds into the second round to do it. Why couldn't you do it earlier? What the fuck? Couldn't have recognized he had the opening there a little bit in the first round.
He couldn't let you get the clip, Luke. You couldn't let
me get the clip. Chandler, fuck you. You called out McGregor, you're gonna get fucking clipped.
He did call out McGregor. I will say he's an exciting fucking fighter, man. That's what the people like to see.
That is true. But what the people don't like to see is Thug Rose Namajunas fight Carla Esparza. Because holy shit, that was the most boring fight I have ever witnessed as a UFC fan.
I agree. That was the worst fight I've ever seen.
6 strikes thrown in the first round in a championship fight.
It was one of those fights where you tell yourself that it will keep getting better, and then it just doesn't.
Never got better. Because it's like, okay, Rose is going to start attacking now. Okay. Right. She's been playing, defending. All right, attack now. Then Esparza's like, then we're just like, okay, Rose ain't doing it. Esparza, okay, she's not really doing anything. She's just kind of going here and now and again. Is she ever going to commit to going for the takedown ever? Like, holy fuck.
Then Thugger in the third round did a fucking front flip somersault to get out of a takedown on the ground. That was never seen that before. That was unbelievable.
And if there was ever a belt that should have been left vacant after a fight, should have been this one. Because I have mixed feelings of it going to Esparza, but I wouldn't even want it to go to fucking Thug Rose.
Yeah, that call
after that performance.
That call was still bad because even though Thug Rose had a horrible performance, she still did enough to win. And then just to get a cherry on top, she got a fucking takedown against her. And I'm pretty sure Carla was 2 for 12 against her.
Yeah, but I don't even, dude, that fight was so hard to score.
Because it was so bad. And I don't even think there's going to, the problem is
I don't even know how you score the first round. I don't even think you can.
I feel like there's going to be a trilogy, and I don't want to see it.
And it's not going to, no. This was asked, and Dana said, not anytime soon. I mean, obviously, if Rose does her thing and works her way back up there, he won't have a choice but to. But,
right.
I mean, if Esparza loses the belt, he's not pushing for a third fight.
I didn't think about that. That's very true. I mean, come on.
That was a fucking letdown.
Bro, he looked like a crinkled foot. I'm sorry.
I'm getting to that.
Bottom of the foot.
Have that picture ready. I need that later on the news.
That looks like a bad toenail. But then let's get to the best part of the fucking night.
Charles Oliveira defeats Justin Gaethje, first round submission. What did I fucking tell you? He lost the belt, got that motivation. He was going to hunt that back down and wrap him up like a fucking snake.
Nah, he did his fucking thing. Gaethje hit some strikes, and then the biggest thing is when I saw the fight change was not the first takedown. The first one when he knocked him and Oliveira fell down, that was legit. The second one, when he barely hit him, and then Oliveira had like a delayed fall, and he was baiting him down, put his legs up, that was when Oliveira had total control of the fight, because Gaethje would not go down, because he knew that he would have got caught in any type of submission. So the second they went back up to the feet, keep in mind, Gaethje is one of the best strikers I'd say in the lightweight division. I'd say he is, to be honest. And Oliveira showed that might not be true because he stood toe-to-toe with Gaethje and dropped him. And that's how he was able to set him up for a choke and a triangle choke. And the second that he was even in position to get him into a triangle, you knew it was only a matter of time before one of these chokes is going to get set up on the ground.
I got to disagree with you where the fight changed, because where the fight changed completely and where I was like, yep, this Oliveira is going to do some fucking shit here, is when off the fucking rip, absolutely clipped Gaethje, rocked him, and he was legitimately rocked. He was wobbly in the legs a tiny bit. And that was like, you do that to Gaethje, you already throw off his game. Now he has to throw wild and reckless. He has no other choice. And what does that do?
Yeah, you're actually
Open
really
him
right.
up. And yes, he clipped Oliveira and dropped him once. But, like, I mean, have we not seen the last 3 fucking fights where he gets absolutely
That's what he
pummeled?
does.
And he's on the verge of looking like he's about to get his knights knocked out. And what happens?
Bro, it's like I
Surprise.
said to you, Luke. He's
He
like
wins.
an anime fighter. You gotta
So
hit him once, and then he wakes
I'd
up.
like to speak. Thank you.
What's good? Tom?
I did not come in here just to fucking be in the middle of YouTube jibber
Well, Dylan
jabbering.
went on his big thing, and
However,
I needed to say that.
Uh,
And you
I
probably-
do. You guys are still fucking talking.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So, anyways, I personally needed to say I was wrong. I was the one person that said that Gaethje would do it, and this man Oliveira said, "Yeah, we're not gonna have a good fight tonight. We're just gonna choke him out, like we're playing football in the backyard." And he made a bad play, and now I'm gonna choke him out, and we're just all gonna go home. So I'm not gonna lie. I hate that he does it like that so quickly because I'd like to watch. If I'm gonna spend the money to watch a goddamn pay-per-view, I'd like it to not last fucking that long. It's just fucking annoying. But good win. Congratulations. But at the same time, no belt. It's not wrong.
Yeah, well,
It's okay because
but
it's okay because this is the
no one
first
else
time
has it.
that I'm okay with him fighting Islam. If that's what we're gonna be looking at next, this is the first time I think he can beat Islam, and I'm not worried. Get that vacant title.
I
back.
wouldn't
He's the
say
number
that
one
because
contender.
Islam's about to be his first guy in a while who's gonna actually match his shit on the ground.
I know. I'm just saying this is the first time after this fight that before I was like Islam's gonna be champion. He's fucked. But this is the first time after this fight I'm like, I have confidence in Oliveira. The one thing that I am saying, and I want to ask you, Luke, a lot of talk randomly. I didn't even know this was going to be in the conversation, but ever since this win, there's been a lot of Khabib and Oliveira talk. Would you still put Khabib well above Oliveira, or would you say that gap is starting to close?
It's so hard to say because if Khabib fought longer, I'd say no, that gap's not closing in. But since he's done fighting, it's kind of closing in. That's what happens when you stop fighting. You don't like. I hate discussing about who's the GOAT of MMA because of Khabib. He fucking ruined it for me. It's so hard to talk about it because we only got to see so little of what he could have been.
Right.
He could have been way better.
That's scary to think about when he was already undefeated.
Yeah. But we got to get into some UFC news now. And to pop it off, we had a UFC fan rush the cage at UFC 274 and absolutely get fucking bodied.
I'm trying so hard to get the video to upload to the pod. It may take till the end of the podcast. We will have to come back.
Okay, we might have that video for you later.
We will, but I'm working on it.
Next up, we have Charles Oliveira and Conor McGregor.
This is awkward.
Because Charles, yes, it very fucking is, but it really is. Because we got Charles out here saying he's trying to go for a record. I like to break. He wants to fight Diaz and Conor in the same night to knock Conor out and make Diaz tap. And then McGregor replied with, "Shut up, you bum, and get back to that favela and pay your piece."
Yeah, but then the next day, not even the same day, McGregor tweeted some nice shit about McGregor, Oliveira's been a real inspiration to the youth. I really like what he's doing. Keep up the hard work, man. Party on. What? Are you bipolar?
Bro, have you met McGregor, Dylan?
Bro, you got too many personalities to keep up with.
It's all a play.
It get hard,
You know it's a play. And if you don't know it's a play, you don't know McGregor.
It's a play, but at the same time...
It's all mind games at all times.
I don't know. I think I'd probably have a higher chance, just in my head, of seeing Chandler and McGregor.
That would spring up to the
That's a better.
Oliveira and McGregor, in my
I think
opinion.
that's the fight I think I would see first, rather than Oliveira or Chandler.
But next up, we got, again, Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson.
Bro, Tony needs to fucking stop.
This guy. Well, we have McGregor tweeting out, Tony had some great nuggets in the media build-up. Then he got punt kicked to the chin and got turned into a nugget himself. And if you could show that image again, Tony's face literally looks like a chicken nugget.
He said it.
Because Tony always calls him McNuggets.
Oh, man, that's good.
So that, and he goes, that's crazy. Do you have the picture or no? No? Oh, I don't even know if he's paying attention.
I was going to say, I think Tyler just kind of heard you.
You're asking me about.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Bang.
yeah.
It does look like a chicken McNugget. I ain't gonna lie.
And then
That was
Tony.
the 20s.
I successfully got the
this.
video. When you're ready to circle back, I got you.
All right, after this. Then Tony responds. He's like, there's my bitch. Next time, tag me, pussy. Okay, fair warning. What I'm about to say next is word for word his tweet and not me fucking up the tweet.
Oh, God.
Coming after you and your crew. McNuggets, stay with you fake. Can't take what not your ya anymore thief. Still got no sauce and no balls, McNuggets. I'll see you and your crew soon coming after your gold leprechaun champ, a.k.a. El Savvy. What the fuck did you just say? You
He said,
responded.
you got no sauce, McNuggets.
You responded, you replied, and I have no clue
Bro,
onto what the hell you're saying. I don't even know how to defend Connor here, because I don't even know what he said.
Connor said, you a McNugget, and your McNuggets got no sauce, bitch. That's
Like, they need to rescan him. They need to take him back to the hospital, rescan him for a CTE check, because there ain't no way in hell he passed saying this nonsense.
What does that even mean?
Can't take what, not your yacht anymore, thief. What? Like,
He's clearly a genius. That's all I'm going to say. He's obviously learned a language that no one else has been able to learn to this point in time. Props to him. If he could just teach the rest of us maybe how to use that would be awesome, so that we can understand what he's saying. But can we just talk about how fucking giant this man is that he's talking this shit to?
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like McGregor is going to be McGregor, not 2.0, but he's going to skip to 3.0, in my personal opinion. Luke, your take?
Yeah. I love it. He looks nice, juicy. The injuries let him build up a lot of fucking upper body.
Maybe really don't say he looks nice and juicy. I don't know how I feel about that.
I want to see his legs.
Well, maybe that's how you feel about it, but that's how I feel about it.
So Luke's saying he looks nice and juicy. Dylan wants to see
nice and fucking juicy.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with doing the podcast with you guys. It's a little interesting today.
Well, then be uncomfortable, Ty. I'm not uncomfortable.
I want to see his legs. I want to know if it's a John Jones situation.
But what's this man, Slim?
Dylan said, I want to see your legs. Let me see your legs.
Enough with the leg talk. Once this man slims down, he's going to be looking like a freak monster.
But what if his legs are still, like, not as built, and then there's just a higher chance of him now doing what he did last time again to his legs because he's got all this weight up top, but not as much down low.
He's not
well then this will be him.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. I'm out. Go, go. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my God.
Woo!
Hey, I'll tell you what, out of all the sports, hockey, football, baseball, basketball, the one field or one arena you just don't want to run on the goddamn field is UFC. Just don't run in the octagon because you know you're going to get bodied. There's no way you're not.
Oh my God, that was just crazy. But moving on to Joanna Oh my lord. Joanna Yeruj.
Oh, it's because she wants fucking Carla.
Yeah.
Because I saw she was talking shit to Carla on Twitter, so this actually makes perfect sense.
Joanna, after getting absolutely embarrassed in front of the whole world by Thug Rose herself, wants to get
And
trained
Carla.
by Thug Rose. Okay, yes, Carla too. But still,
both of
she's
them.
not trying to train with Carla.
I know, but what I'm saying is Carla also beat her ass last time they fought.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm pretty sure there was more beef in the Rose fight because Joanna was just ripping on Rose for being weak mentally, and it was when Rose was going through like an actual like a weak mental state in her life, and she was pushing through it, and she was like doing it for the people. She was fighting. She was finding her joy. She was getting back with it, and then she was just ripping her for it. And what happens? Rose comes out and absolutely fucking pushes her off to the side like she's nothing.
I think it's very interesting, but I'm just saying if Joanna fights Carla, I'm not watching. And if Carla, I'm just saying. This is me, though. But anyways, what's up with Sean O'Malley?
But we have Sean O'Malley saying that Marlon Vera, also known as Cheetah Vera, has definitely proved that he's earned that rematch. And yes, Dylan, they have fought in the past before. Going back to a couple pods ago when you didn't think they did.
You said he was the one that beat O'Malley?
Yes.
You gave him
Yes, and I'm about to get to that point in a second. Because what the fuck are you talking about? He proved he earned that. He beat you, O'Malley. I love you, dog. You're one of my boys.
That's why I just asked.
But like, you lost the fight. I will say he does go around flaunting that he didn't lose that fight and that he's still undefeated, and it's kind of funny. But like, my guy, well, figure it out. God damn it.
I would like to see that fight again, though. But I know we got some new fight announced, primarily for the London fights, right?
Yes, we do. I'm saving the best one for last but we're going to start it off with the one we've wanted to see this past Saturday night. Donald Cerrone and Joe Lazan has been moved to the June 18th UFC Fight Night in Austin.
I'm happy about it. They set this pitch up as soon as possible, and it was the second that Donald's fucking healthy, they're going to run this bitch back up. I'm excited for it.
Yes. And then we have July 23rd in London, a light heavyweight bout. Alexander Gustafsson against Nikita Krylov.
That could be a hell of a battle there. Gustafsson could get a KO, or he could get KO'd.
He could, but give me fucking a Gustafsson. Give me Gustafsson on that
Gustafsson
one.
Too, man.
Yeah. But for the big bad fight that was announced for July 30th, UFC 277, we have Brandon Moreno going up against Kai Kara France. Oh my. I didn't think we'd be able to, personally, I didn't think we'd be able to find another fight that might be as good as him and Figueiredo.
I like Kai.
I love Kai.
I love Kai. I've been rooting for him his past couple fights, and I'm going to root for him to get one over Moreno. To me, Kai's that next guy that has potential to be champion.
He does. But I'm going to tell you how I think real quick, just from right here, just getting this news, seeing it, how I think this is going to go down. Moreno's going to go for more of a ground game type fight, try and drag Kara France to the ground and beat him that way.
That's most likely what's going to happen.
Because I feel like if Moreno tries to strike with Kara France, that he's playing with fire there if he does that.
Thanks.
But coming up this Saturday, we have UFC 208. You ready for it?
I'm ready, Freddie.
Jan Blachowicz for the main event is going up against Alexander Rakic.
Okay, here's my thing. When I originally was looking at this fight, I thought they were going to make John the favorite. So I'm very, very shocked that he's not.
I thought that too when I went to go look up the odds for the information for this shit. I was like, wait.
Like
I was shocked.
You, Luke, like throwing money situation, that would almost make me want to take
bro.
And more.
Once you I'm gonna speak right here. That's mad disrespect to Jan. What the fuck are you doing, Vegas? Jan is what the hell did he do to deserve that shit? He's about to go out there, win this fight. He's about to hunt him down, KO his ass, and it's gonna be that.
Facts.
And then the only other way it's gonna go is Rocket stalls for the entire fight to maybe take it into decision.
That's
And
wild.
yes,
He's minus 190. That
That's,
doesn't make
like,
any fucking sense.
that's so that's disrespectful as fuck.
Alrighty then, Vegas. You do you.
But moving on to another fight, we have Caitlin Chujogian
This
going
bitch,
up against Amanda Ribas. Caitlin is a minus 185 and Amanda is plus 150.
as she should be. This minus 185 is right, because I would take Caitlyn honestly all day in this one. That's just
I'd
me.
be taking Caitlin too in this one as
I really
well.
don't know
Amanda
a whole lot about Rebus, though. I'll say that.
Well, give me a sec.
I've seen Caitlyn fight a couple times.
I mean, her biggest win's against Mackenzie Dern.
But darn. Yeah.
Rebus isn't really on any big streak, so like,
I like
I
Caitlyn.
mean,
I think that's his way of trying to get us to speed up or some shit, so.
well, the last
No,
fight.
you just said two things that were not impressive, so why would I be impressed? It's crickets.
I didn't know if that was a sign or something.
It's gonna be a.
No.
It might
This
be
is a sign.
Copes for
Look, I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think this fight's going to be too close.
This fight actually could be. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna be. It's actually crazy because it's either gonna this fight is basically either gonna break the punch stats or it's gonna end in an early KO.
Okay. Are you taking Grant or are you taking Smolka?
It's oh my god. I really like Davy Grant, but I don't think this is gonna be a big steamroll fight though.
Steamroll fight or not, I like Grant. And like similar
like
situation,
Grant.
don't know shit about Smolka, and I've seen Grant fight a couple times. And I like
Without knowing a damn thing, Davy Grant versus Louis Smolka sounds like a fight that took place back in like 1850 between two lumberjacks over the biggest log.
Facts.
Smolka's basically only chance in here is to catch Davy getting wild with his punches, which he tends to do sometimes. And that is all we have for UFC.
Only 28 minutes. I'm sure Jesse's probably asleep over there.
Well, we usually don't start with UFC. We usually finish with it.
It's
And
never
the last
been that
couple,
long.
the
That's
last
the
couple
longest
pods we've been starting
ever
with this.
been.
So I was like, okay. I've been having a
All
lot
right,
of
but
UFC.
next up, we do have some NFL news. So the schedule will be released tomorrow. We will cover that on Saturday's podcast. But in other news, we do have some very interesting news, if you ask me, to be completely honest. The Denver Broncos, who recently just acquired superstar quarterback Russell Wilson, have made an interesting decision because they have put the franchise up for sale for the low asking price of just $5 billion. So Elon Musk could easily just, snatch up a team real quick. He just spent $44 billion for Twitter. Twitter is freaking I don't know, 7 times as much as your team costs. That's tough. But the Broncos are for sale, boys. Do we think anyone that we give a shit about is going to buy them? Probably not. Do we think that
Right now, the leading
it's a
Do we
good idea
buy
to
'em?
sell the Broncos? We can't.
right
buy
now,
them.
the leading contender is the son of the man who either invented Walmart or is like the guy behind all of Walmart. His son is the leading contention to be the new owner right now. Last time I checked.
Well,
Like,
Let's make ourselves leading contention, and then Russ Daddy can be our QB.
Jesse, if you would like to speak today, you'd have to unmute yourself.
That's crazy. I saw that. I thought I was unnoticed.
You were flying so below the radar that you were under your own radar. But what do you have to say?
The guy who owns Walmart, which also owns Sam's Club, is like so rich.
What is a hair? H-E-I-R. That's what he is. It's the Walmart hair. Rob Walton.
You ever heard of Heir to the Throne? You ever watched any movie ever from a different time period? Yeah. He's next in line. So his dad did all the work.
Okay, so
He's
it is what I
next
said
in
it was.
line to take over. He's the
All right.
heir. He's the rightful heir, as in the son.
Okay, thank
Probably
you.
the firstborn son.
Sorry about that.
But in other NFL news that's completely not on the field at all, this man, Tom frickin' Brady, has made an insane TV deal. So Fox Sports called him up, said, "Hey, Tom, we understand you're playing again this year," which is absolutely insane. But clearly you're close-ish, maybe, to being done, potentially. I don't know. Honestly, with this guy, it doesn't really stop. But they agreed to a 10-year, $375 million broadcasting contract to make him the lead broadcaster on Fox Sports as soon as he retires, whenever that is. That's insane. One, because we're not even sure if he's good at broadcasting, right? And two, that's more money than an NFL contract.
Dude,
That's
he's smart as
that's
fuck.
that's an NFL contract. Like, he doesn't have to play. He's a genius.
If you
Just because
notice,
his name's Tom Brady.
Do you know
And
what Tom
honestly,
made in his career?
he's a genius because no one has to pay this much for that. Like, if you put the freaking Lions game or Red Zone or whatever, if I'm trying to watch it, it's a football game. I'm trying to watch a football game. If you put the football game, Sunday Night Football, on Cartoon Network on Sunday night, well, then I guess I'm watching Cartoon Network. Like, I'm gonna watch it regardless.
right? It doesn't really matter who's the commentator, so you're just giving him easy
For
money.
fuck's sake, they let Booger McFarland commentate for how long? Yeah, that was a
I
bad
think
idea.
he's smart as hell because what has he been doing for the past 6-7 years? Pay cuts. Take money out of my contract to get better players so I can get more rings. I'll give up more money over time and over years so that I'll just keep getting more rings, keep raising my status to where now I'm a GOAT, to where now I will be able to make more money than I made in my entire career once I'm done the second I'm retired. He's a fucking genius.
Okay, well, I mean, let's be honest, Dylan. When you're married to Giselle and she makes $400 million like a year, like, I think you're fine. I don't even like. He doesn't even need to be big, flashy, bunch of money. Tom Brady, like, his wife makes
Right, but
$400
you don't
million.
think what he did was smart?
Like, he doesn't even have to, but they don't even need money. Like,
Right, but still, he
It's-
set himself up.
it's
to
so,
now where
like,
he's just
he
getting
doesn't.
more
He was
rings.
set
And
up when he
every
married
team,
her.
He now is on a stacked team. Because
Bro, but the generational
Well, it doesn't
wealth
fucking
is
matter.
astronomical.
They're gonna be rich forever.
right, that's
They're
not
always
the
gonna
fact.
hear
Grandkids
about
are
a Brady.
He set himself up.
Our kids and their grandkids and so on are gonna hear about Mr. Brady. There's gonna be stories about the TB12 brand or something. Like, you're gonna hear about that shit till you die.
He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I don't give a fuck. I will never see a better quarterback in my life than him. I'm positive in it.
Yeah. And now he's got a TV deal. Let's just hope. Look, as long as you're not Troy Aikman, like, you can't really fuck it up.
That's true, bro.
Am I wrong?
I can't stand him.
I'd even prefer Booger McFarland over Troy Aikman.
God, he's
And
just a
Booger
white
was so
kid.
bad.
Anyways, though.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for NFL news. But we do have an NBA playoff update. We will cut to Jesse Carter and Dylan because they know the most about what's going on. Let's go, Warriors. Sorry, Jesse, but John Morant's a bitch. How do you get a bone bruise when someone just grabs your knee? Grow up. Anyways, I'm getting out of here. I'll be back after back.
All right, so we're going to start off, actually, the one piece of news we have before basketball, or before the playoff update, and it's the only piece of news that isn't in playoff update. I lied these two. Jesse, I want your take on
I was
this.
saving that for last, but you could do that.
You know what? We'll do it. You know, if you saved it for
That's
last,
cool.
we'll
You
do
could
it last.
fuck everything
We're
up.
doing
That's
it last
cool.
then. Starting with game 1 of the playoffs. We're doing it last, and I'm not fucking up Ty's order. Starting with game 1 that I have here,
Hey.
it is Celtics and Bucks game 4. And who was the star of this game? Not Tatum, not Brown. It was fucking 30-year-old Al Horford. Put up a 30-piece and was in his bag. Jesse.
He felt disrespected. He had to get in his bag.
Facts. Giannis got a fucking dunk on him, and he just looked over at him, shook his head. He got his get back later in the fourth quarter when I believe it was like an 81, 90-point game. So, man, Al Horford, if he's going to start turning up like this with Jalen and Tatum.
Hey, he also elbowed him square in the face as well on the celly.
That's true. You know,
That's been widely talked about throughout the league, so we can't just pretend like that didn't happen.
We will talk about it, but at the same time, I don't think it was as flagrant as people think it was, and I don't think it really made an
Can we
impact.
talk about how many fucking different fouls like that have happened already in the playoffs? Like, and I feel like there's not usually this many like ejection or like should even been ejected or
and
like
a lot of injuries.
Yeah, like flagrant fouls and like hard fouls and injuries like this to like superstar players.
Right. It is fucked up.
So
and
give me some takes here.
I understand that the NBA referees have been a lot more lean, especially on their foul calls as of the new rule where if you know the contact in the shot. But I think that's also now affecting the inside lanes because there's been a lot more scenarios where in the past, if you even almost go towards him the wrong way, they would have called it immediately. Where now this year they're being way more chill on it. They're almost being like hockey referees. Like if there's some contact, all right. But if anything didn't look flagrant or it didn't look too, I'm trying to think of the fucking word, or it didn't look too, I think flagrant is the perfect word. Or if it didn't look too flagrant, intentional, or if it didn't look too flagrant or intentional, then they're just not calling it. I kind of like it, to be honest with you, though. It reminds me of the old school style of play of basketball, how it used to be more fucking rough and tough, hard school foul when the Pistons were good type shit. Jesse, you're shaking your head no? Do you not like this?
I feel like we're watching two different I feel like we've been watching two different basketball playoffs. Like, I feel like there's been way more prissy fouls and way more flagrants.
I don't agree because
But like, why is everybody like elbowing each other in the face and kicking each other in the nuts and like
it's just happening when people are selling. People are selling.
Also, the big thing you got to think about, this is now the first time that you have full capacity playoffs, not half crowds, not mandates, not this and that. Like, the atmosphere is unlike anything that these guys have had in 2 years, 3 years. So that also is going to play a big factor, starting from even the playing games when Minnesota and Pat Bev acted like they just won a fucking championship. Yeah, I know. We'll get to that later. It's giving me a fucking heart attack. I really don't want to think about it right now because I hate talking about it. But
you brought up the fact that everything was back to normal, and I had to throw that in there because it happened today.
We just straight faced him.
The Grizzlies choke this game.
I'll just let you start, Jess.
They choked this game. There's no reason Curry should come in with 8 minutes and 31 seconds left in the fourth and score 18 points.
Well, I will say this. Without John Morant, the Grizzlies played better, which is weird, but not weird because that's normally how they do. So when John's out, it's a concern. But when you're versing a team like the Warriors, it makes things a lot more difficult.
They weren't making the shots at the end of the game that mattered. They choked. They simply choked.
I will say Dylan Brooks and Jaren Jackson,
looking right at you,
5 for 19 and 7 for 22, didn't help anyone's cause when they were taking the most shots.
No, they shot garbage.
Because
the Warriors the ball more.
Need to win the series.
The thing is, the Warriors were shooting terrible. The Warriors were shooting terrible.
I'm not gonna lie, Jeff.
Curry took over
for the second game in a row. Late in the game.
Oh no!
He waits till the very end. He's like, "All right, guys. It's clearly you guys aren't strapping it up enough. Let me just put the boots on." And he put the boots on.
Clay is still off, bro.
Clay's been off since the beginning.
0 for 7 behind the line. God damn.
It's been bad for Clay.
It's been real bad for
And
Clay.
Ja's status, as I mentioned briefly, Ja's status is potentially out for the remainder of the playoffs, especially if they lose their next game, then he's definitely out. But if they even were to advance, it's been noted that he would possibly not come back at all. Did you guys see the play? Like, does it look like he should be as injured as he is, to be completely honest?
I thought he was going to play the game that he just missed. I thought he was going to be fine.
Me too. I don't really understand what happened, how that messed him up so bad. He just
something inside.
I don't know.
That before his leg got touched, because he was already moving and positioning himself weird, that some type of injury was going to occur. And the pulling actually decreased an injury that was about to happen.
But it made a different injury.
Like,
that's a
also,
mind
Ty,
Jesse.
I have a take.
It's a lot to think about.
I have a take that to what you just said.
Wait, time out before you change my thought process on whatever you're about to say.
Okay.
Jesse, do you have a theory as to what you think the other injury was going to be?
Like,
it sounds like you saw something.
Because it's the way Ja plays and the way he goes up for things. It was so much non-contact that there's a chance there could have been like not an ACL tear, but like an MCL issue.
Okay.
I'm looking.
I just wanted to know if you saw something specific.
No.
And then here's what I wanted to ask you guys though, real quick. And this take you can either say you don't believe it, or this is more just asking you guys. Do you think, because we talked about how Ja is the guy that he believes he can make every shot, he's pretty much taken every shot, and he is that guy in almost every scenario. There's pretty much an old saying where if you put all the pressure and all the stress on yourself, sometimes that can cause an injury. And I feel like that might almost play a factor here because he probably was putting a lot of pressure on himself. We already know that he was putting pressure on himself. So do you think that might have played a factor in him getting hurt? It might have meant nothing, but it's just something I want to throw out.
I don't think it played a part in his injury because I feel like he walks around with a cooler shoulder. Like, I feel like he may seem like he's holding a lot of stress, but like he also believes in his teammates a lot to the point where he doesn't. So I don't think that played a role.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
That's true.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it did either, but I mean,
sure, we don't know.
Yeah, you could be wrong.
But the next game we got is the Heat and the 76ers. The Heat take game 5, and oh boy, did it not look good for the 76ers.
Are we about to get a Heat Boston?
I think we are, because Embiid played and he got shot the fuck down. 17 points.
Them 76ers dogged.
Harden didn't do well. Nobody played well. And I'm going to be honest, the big thing about Miami here is that Miami didn't have a superstar this game. Everybody hit their damn shots is what happened. Big person I want to talk about that I haven't talked about all playoffs is Mac Russ. This man, he put up 19 points the other game, and he is currently first in the playoffs for his plus-minus at plus 156. And he is just, every time he's on the court, they have momentum, they have the offense, and they're scoring buckets. So I think he's a hidden factor there, hidden behind Oladipo and Hero that you don't really talk about, you don't really see. And I think that he needs to be pointed out real quick with them.
You just had to give him that quick little shout out.
I had to give him that shout out because I know we haven't talked about him all year.
Listen, you know what I'm going to talk about?
Let me hear it.
I'm going to talk about the fact that Duncan Robinson is making about 80, 90 mil, I believe.
Taking 3 shots a game.
Has played an accumulative 17 minutes in this series. 20 minutes in this series. And you're paying him 90 mil?
What are you doing?
What? He's not even that important to your unit, but like it's whatever. He's got a strap, but he's barely out there to use it anyways.
Hey, bro, that's my thing. If you're taking 3 shots a game, the most you can contribute is 9 goddamn points. Thanks a lot, Duncan. But anyways,
Mavericks are gonna win at home, and this is gonna go to 7.
I do like how chippy this game is getting. Devin Booker and Luka Magic are about to fucking fight, and I do.
That is not gonna happen. Don't
The
listen
home
to
team
Jesse.
is going to win every game in this series.
He
Luke. I'm
can't
sorry.
handle the Suns.
No, don't say that.
It's about the home games. I'm not gonna lie.
We
You
need
know
Mavericks
Dallas.
2 in a row.
We know the
Yeah.
Mavericks.
But the Suns got embarrassed 2 games in a row, and they're not going to let that shit fly. So now they're about to win 2 games in a row with winning this next game after this game.
That's not happening.
They're not gonna beat them at home.
They're
I'll
going to
admit I
beat
was
them
wrong.
at home.
I'll admit I was wrong if it happens, but until then, that is my belief.
And I
Oh,
said
so
mine.
same belief.
All right, I said my piece.
All right, see you, Luke. Appreciate that. All right, now we'll get into it. I was gonna get into before, but I don't want to fuck up Tyler's rotation, so we're gonna get into it now. All right. So Neil O'Neal likes to talk
I'm
shit
not
about players.
talking about this.
We are talking about.
I'm not talking
We
about
are talking about.
Rudy Gobert could
This
not handle
man-
Shaq for even
This
2
man,
fucking
Rudy
seconds.
Gobert, went on to say that he would lock Shaq's ass up after Shaq said that Rudy wouldn't be able to guard him.
Gobert's crazy.
Are you
He's
fucking
just
kidding
insane.
me?
I'm not even like. No.
Rudy thinks just because he's 7 foot tall that he's good at defense. He wins
Like,
one
don't get me
deep so
wrong.
wide, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Old. Shaq's older now, and he can't obviously hoop like he used to.
You got prime Shaq.
But prime Shaq or prime Rudy,
Shit on you.
Shaq is clowning him.
He would shit on you, and we would all
Against
sit and
defensive
laugh.
Duncan Robinson and the players he played against, he's dogging Gobert in his prime. That's not even up for debate. I don't know what Gobert's talking about.
I agree 100%, but I had to point that out because this man Rudy said the other week that he needs to go or Donovan needs to go, and now this week he's saying he'll lock up Shaq. Take his damn Twitter or just fucking get him traded because I don't really give a fuck about this man, and I'm sick of hearing him in the headlines. Anyways, I believe that is all we have, and because the single cam came to me, that means that I know we're getting right into the MLB update. And let's start off with, holy shit, yesterday was the best baseball day I've had in a while. I was able to 7 o'clock, put on the old MLB network and do the thing where you watch all the games at the same time, and I had a fucking blast because it was fantastic. So let's just start with the biggest piece of news that is currently surrounding baseball, and that is Reed Detmers of the Los Angeles Angels threw the first solo no-hitter of the year, the second no-hitter of the year total. It's just like last year. You get 1 last week, and now, we're already at 2. And on top of it, Justin Verlander went 8 innings and allowed a 1-hitter yesterday. It's happening all fucking over again. I'm telling you, it's going to be part 2. But Reed Detmers is probably one of the people in this rotation that it's like a Spencer Turnbull from the Tigers last year. You wouldn't expect him to be the guy that came out and threw the no-hitter, but he was absolutely dealing. And what made it even more impressive is that it was against the Tampa Bay Rays, who have a pretty good offense. So the Los Angeles baseball is tossed a no-hitter, and I'll tell you right now, their atmosphere, they're buzzing. They're rolling. I think this is 4 in a row. Trout and Ohtani are rolling. Also, in that same game last night, I want to point out that Brandon Phillips, everybody's favorite player, came in to pitch, and then his form was like this, and he threw like that, and then Trout hit a fucking bomb off him. It was all around just a wonky game yesterday. And also, I want to point out, like I just said before, Verlander threw a 1-hitter. He had a no-hitter going into the 8th. Those were both happening at the same time, and it was great. But Verlander, I just pointed him out last week. This man stays grooming. He's a robot. You already gave a robot that was before who's throwing 2 no-hitters robot surgery. I'm just saying pieces are gonna start fucking making sense. But speaking of Trout, like Tyler just had put on the screen, Trout did have a historic or monumental home run because he now passed Tim Salmon with his 161st home run at Angel Stadium. No player has hit more home runs in the history of Angel Stadium. It makes sense considering how long he's been there and how long Trout's been a fucking good baseball player. So shout out to Mike Trout. The last piece of news that I had was Verlander that I already talked about. So you no longer need to hear from me. Oh, I have one more thing because it just happened today. Christian Yelich. This man hit for the cycle. And what makes it even crazy, obviously how hard it is to hit for the cycle. Reds are poverty. That's that. But this is the third fucking time that he's hit for the cycle. Only 4 other players in the history of baseball, when it's been invented, have hit for the cycle 3 times. And Christian Yelich now joins that list. And shout out Christian Yelich. That's unbelievable to do it once. The fact that you've now done it 3 times in your career, and I'm pretty sure all have been in the past 4 years, is fucking amazing. So big shout out Christian Yelich. That's all I got.
This man, Christian Yelich, is about to steal back-to-back Player of the Weeks, eh?
He is, dude.
Listen,
Tonight.
He's in the running right
did
now.
you know that he's had all 3 of those cycles on the Reds?
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
He's
crazy.
hit 3 cycles on the Cincinnati Reds.
And also, I believe the Reds are now 3-25, maybe.
No, they have 4 wins.
4-25.
wins.
4-25.
No, they have 6 wins, don't they?
Oh,
No.
They were on a win streak.
Yeah, I think it was 2 in a row, and then the Brewers beat them.
Ah,
You guys
What's their
think
record?
about it. At the same time, the Reds are the only team that since
Just look it
the
up.
season's now started.
I don't know, but they beat the Brewers today. They're
Oh.
7-24.
Oh, they're 7-24.
see, it was
Watch out,
6.
Reds.
It was 6. Watch out. Reds are
have
coming.
won,
They're, 2 games away from the Tigers now? Jesus Christ.
God, man, the Tigers are currently.
This is all I got for the Tigers.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up out of your sleep! Wake up! Wake up out of your.
It's a 2-game differential. If we lose the next 2 games and the Reds win the next 2, we're the worst team in baseball.
Listen, the Reds
Well, this is not where I
Reds?
thought we'd be.
we're
I'm
probably
hearing you.
messed up. We're probably going to be the worst team in the MLB. But I really hope we aren't, and I really hope we turn it around.
What the fuck, man? This is not how it was supposed to be.
Can we talk about how big of a letdown the Detroit Tigers are after all the hype we were given and talking about and hearing before the season started?
You know, I had hope until
We already lost
Yeah.
Badu. We're about to lose Torque.
I had hope
To
until 2
AAA.
days ago.
We're down 3-0 in the bottom of the second.
Javi.
Jesus Christ, we're already losing.
I
Yep.
had hope, bro, this whole time until yesterday. I watched Javi go back.
Dude, we're
to his
about to
old
lose the
Javi
series
ways.
with the Oakland A's. The
He
Oakland
swung at 3
A's.
pitches that were all fucking low and outside slider in the dirt. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Exact
That's
same
what he does.
spot. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and then swings and strike 3.
That's
over
what
his
he
head.
does.
Oh, look, Javi's fucking back. Swinging at absolutely nothing just because he wants to swing. Great.
I heard a stat that you'd have to go back, excluding the game that's currently going on. You would have to go back, I think, 8 games for the Tigers to have overall totaled 14 runs.
We took 24 innings to score a fucking run.
And yes, like that
that
includes
was
that
bad.
6-game. That includes that 6-win game for like the other
God
day.
damn, I'm not gonna lie. The second Miggy got 3,000 and we won 13-1, I thought an energy fucking shifted. I thought something lit an ass under this team. But since that game has happened, that's when we fell off, and I don't understand it. It was like,
Actually,
oh, we're gonna give you one big like firework display, and then we're gonna lose this series to the Rockies. Then we're gonna lose the next series, and then we've lost every series since.
hold up. I'm pretty sure I told Ty this at the game, or we were talking about it relatively either after or it was at it. I was like this. I'm pretty sure it was at it because the crowd was going crazy. I was like, the Tigers have an opportunity because after Miggy got the hit, there's really nothing else to come back for. So the Tigers have an opportunity with all the fan base there watching Miggy to put on an absolute show to keep him there. What do? The complete opposite. They try to vacate the whole building.
Well, they did score 13 runs.
And then what? Yeah.
But then the next game, half
they
of
got-
my own people showed up. Some people went home and they pooped the bed. And Dylan, I have a question. Have the Tigers won a series all year?
Yes.
Who?
They won a series in the beginning of the year.
Kansas City?
I believe that's the only series they've won.
Okay.
They've
Yeah,
won one series all year,
That's
and
horrible.
that's it.
Yeah, okay. I think I know where my bets are going to start going.
Yeah, and I would agree.
I'm going to ride the trend. We're not good. So, hey, you know what? If I lose money, we'll be a better baseball team this year. So
Kansas
Once you
City.
start selling again at the deadline, oh my god.
we'll see what happens.
Oh, look at that. Trevor Story finally hit a fucking home run outside of Coors Field at Fenway. It only took him 2 months. Wow. Jesus. I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
It's not.
You know, Dylan,
Tyler,
why
I'll
don't you
give
go
a
out
moment.
there and hit a home run
Tyler,
at Fenway?
no. Because I'm going to give Tyler a moment to boost. He is exactly what you said he was. The second that he went to Boston, and you were like, I'm going to be honest, I didn't want Trevor Story in Detroit because I think that he can only hit at Coors Field and he can only hit at that field. You are exactly right, and I'm giving you full praise for that because he can't
Thanks.
hit shit in Boston.
No, he can't. I knew that was going to happen. He can't hit shit anywhere. He's a good shortstop. Whatever.
Maybe they'll have an away series.
Luke, you want to run us through an NHL playoff update? Please.
I could.
Please,
Get your teams on the wire.
I could.
Oh, let's go Leafs!
Well, good thing we're not starting with that one because we got the Penguins.
There. We have to. The energy.
All right, let's start there.
Let's
start there.
Sorry.
And I'll be the one to start fucking talking because Tampa Bay choked the fuck out of a 2-0 lead. They started off hot. They came out of the gate. They're like, ba, 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 2-0. And then they're like, oh, we got to play the rest of the game. Oh, let's go take a nap. And they forgot that they had another 40 minutes of fucking hockey. But the Leafs remembered. They're like, hey, we have more periods of hockey. Maybe we can get 2 goals to tie it. They did that. Then they took the lead not even like a minute after tying the game or a couple minutes after. They were hot. Then Tampa had to play with my heart by tying it back up. And I was like, oh, yes, let's go. And then they let Matthews go down and just get a nasty wide open rebound to take game 5 for the Leafs who take a 3-2 series lead. But that's okay. I still trust my boy Vassy. He's still undefeated in playoff games after a loss. He's going to keep it rolling. We're going to win game 6, march on to game 7, and steal this series.
No, it's the Leafs time to grow out.
Time to win a series, boys.
They don't deserve shit. Their fans don't deserve shit. All season long, they've been throwing their jerseys on the ice.
You cannot tell me that the Maple Leafs are not a fun team to watch right now. It is
hard
fun.
to not root for them.
Those are good.
Fans don't deserve shit.
Hockey. Why not?
All they do is throw their jerseys on the ice when they throw fit because they're having a bad.
The
they're going
fans
through a
haven't seen a
bad drought.
playoff win since 06. The fans deserve something here.
They're like the Lions, but like you actually have a really, really, really good roster and you're still failing.
Yeah, when you got that good a roster, you better not be throwing jerseys on the ice. Disrespectful as fuck.
Anyways, let's go Leafs. Penguins are absolutely shitting on the fucking Rangers. The last game I saw, when they pulled their goalie and the fans started chanting for the third string goalie to come in, come on now, because it's 6-2. It's just disrespectful.
Well, when you have an absolute starting goalie all-star that's been an absolute stallion all season long, all through regular season, and has been one of the top goalies in the league, and is a big reason why the Rangers are in playoffs. Absolutely forget to show up, shit the bed, only have one good game, forget how to play hockey, forget he's a goalie and has to stop the puck, actually. And now the Rangers are where they are at against the Penguins, who are playing with a minor leagues goalie this whole damn time. It's fucked. It's embarrassing.
Jesse, you're muted.
Big sad
He
face.
didn't want it, and I knew he didn't want it, but I gave it to him.
Well, anyways, we got the Panthers coming back to fucking complete the comeback in the game to win in overtime, 3-2 to tie the series 2-2. Whoa! Maybe the Panthers have finally woken up again. Maybe. Think their offense might wake up now?
You know, I sure fucking hope so. Because I have them going pretty damn far in the playoffs. So it's time to pretend like it's regular season, guys. Just play like you played all season, and you'll be fine.
They hit the snooze button.
Yeah, it can't be hitting the snooze button.
They're
Time to wake
waking
up,
up
boys.
on the alarm.
That's true.
But
100%. Let's go Panthers.
Avs, what did I tell you boys after game one? I was like, okay, this is going to be a fucking sweep. There's no chance.
That's what we all thought the second that Sorrow.
And so did the entire world.
I'm just saying, man, the Avalanche absolutely penetrated these Predators. Penetrated. It wasn't even like a hey, we're just gonna come out here and, give Nashville hope. There was one game they had hope and they lost in overtime. That was it.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if they had their
penetration there, Dylan, that's aggressive, but I like it.
If they had Saros play their starting goalie, they might have actually won one game, to be honest with you, but they had to play with their backup throughout all the playoffs, and they got shat on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the Calgary Flames coach immediately before playoffs even started said, I would hate to be a wild card team because that's really just a waste of 8 days. And he couldn't have been more spot on with it being a complete waste of 8 days for the Nashville Predators. Let's just say that they are a great town to go to visit, but not for hockey. And if you can't play with your backup goalie, you're not gonna win the Stanley Cup. Let's be honest, because you can't have your goalie playing every single game like that. So you need to have more than one goaltender in order to be a Stanley Cup winning team. So Nashville, get that situation figured out, come back, try again. But until then, that's what we got for Nashville, huh? Just getting fucking absolutely annihilated in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Next up,
Kings win it in overtime. Whoa. Are they about to shock the Oilers?
Again.
What?
well, the Kings
Oilers fans are having deja vu.
This is some heavy Kings deja vu.
Bro, Kings fans are having deja vu. They think they might win the cup all of a sudden.
Facts, bro.
That's already in their mind, without a doubt.
It's both ways. Dude, that
They've
makes
seen
it so
crazier
much more
shit.
likely for Kings to win.
You know, I
seen crazier shit, I swear.
And
I really
David's still
thought-
playing out of his mind. Now he is playing out of his mind in the playoffs, and they're still going to lose the series.
Yeah.
That's funny. But
Hell, they
like,
took
I
down
really
the goal. They took down Lundqvist, and so I mean they're really thinking they could probably do anything. They still have a really solid team. They're a sleeper almost every year.
They're not taking this series.
You don't think so, Jesse?
Give me the Oilers. I'm still standing strong behind the pick I made. They will come back and win the next 2 games.
Well, if they don't get stunned this series, they're gonna get stunned next series after the Stars fucking beat the Flames.
Stars aren't going to beat the Flames, but
The Stars
the Blues might just beat the Wild.
Jesse's got a tube.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear. I was like, dude, coming back, the fear's back again, Ty. It went away after they won the first game, and now it's back.
Oh, it's back, and it's looming. There's a
Jesse,
cloud following Luke
is that an
around all day.
oxygen thing?
That is a light, Dylan.
What the hell is that?
It's a light.
I didn't know what that was. Oh.
Okay.
Wow. Technology 2022.
Not
Amazing.
Patrick. The most games played ever in NHL history. I thought he was going to play forever. I'm pissed.
Nah, we thought Jaromir Jagr was going to play forever. And he
Yeah,
still
but he
is.
didn't.
Playing
Put on my chips and Carlo.
He won't stop.
Patrick Marleau does
Where's
have
Yager's
both
broadcasting contract?
Yeah, wait, hold up. That makes Yager the best of them. He's still playing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where's
He's
his
still
broadcasting contract? He needs one
Right?
now.
Right?
That's disrespectful.
Man, this shit is
TNT got to
cool.
pick him up with Gretzky.
You're disrespecting the GOAT. But this is about Patrick Marleau. Congratulations to Patrick Marleau on a fantastic career. Most games played ever. Way to play the puck. Live it to the fullest. Congratulations. Had a good career. Won a cup. I don't know if he won more than one. I can't remember. But I know he had won at least one. So, congrats, Patrick Marleau. And that's the last piece of news we have for today's podcast.
Woo!
Bada bing, bada
So,
boom.
for everyone at home, thank you for joining us on this episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. Make sure you check us out on sixpackcoverage.com for past episodes or other episodes or other podcasts. Because let's face it, there are other podcasts out there, and there are really good ones on sixpackcoverage.com. So check it out on sixpackcoverage.com. Until next time, I'm Tycho, that's McDilly, The Wanderer, and Snoop Luke. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. I'm out. Go, go. Oh, my God. Oh!